Ganpati Bappa Morya. Today I'm very excited. It is a very auspicious day. It is the day of Ganesh Chaturthi. Ganesh Chaturthi is the birthday of Lord Venecia, also known as Ganpati, also known as Ganesha. Ganpati was actually born as a human. He was born in a human form. His mother, goddess Parvati, gave him birth. Today, we're going to discuss about this god, which is more worshipped, especially today's day when it's Ganesh Chaturthi. It is his birthday. And today is another big thing which is happening. On this auspicious day, we are also launching an amazing book called Becoming Coachable. I'm privileged to be joined here with the three co authors of the book, Scott, Jacquelyn, and Marshall.
Thank you, Mahesh. Great to be here. And as you say, so my name is Scott Osman. I am the co-author with Jacquelyn and Marshall of the book. And also I run the 100 Coaches Agency, which I co-founded with Marshall and Jacquelyn, which is the agency that represents the most elite executive coaches in the world. And our ambition there is to help the greatest leaders in the world reach their fullest potential.
Awesome.
It's been a real privilege to be in this industry for the last 3 years and to build the 100 Coaches Agency, to place so many wonderful leaders with the coaching support that they need to really have the greatest impact in the world. And it's such a pleasure to be here today with Dr. Marshall Goldsmith, who is, again, one of our co-founders and the #1 executive coach in the world.
Thank you. I'm Marshall Goldsmith, and I'm an executive coach. I'm an author, a leadership thinker, and a speaker. And I am so happy to be working on our book. I think it's a great book, and it's going to help a lot of people. It's going to help coaches, and it's going to help leaders. So very excited to be here.
Great. Welcome all to the show. I'm super excited. I'm Mahesh M. Thakur, executive coach and part of the 100 Coaches Network. I work with executives to bring out growth in them through connectedness, through clarity, and by helping them build a competitive advantage. I am very excited to discuss today the similarities that exist between Lord Ganesha and being coachable. Now, in India, we all grew up talking about these stories, hearing all these mythological stories about Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha is the son of Shankar and Parvati. Shankar is also called Shiva. And then when he was born, he was a baby, and Lord Shiva was actually meditating. He was away in the Himalayas meditating for like a decade. And goddess Parvati, through clay and through sand, gave birth to this baby. She put life in this baby, and she loved the baby so much. And after the baby was born, it was like a companion. It was a very dear child to goddess Parvati. And when Shiva came back, he had no idea who this kid was. And Parvati actually was inside the palace. She was refreshing. She was in the shower. And Lord Shiva shows up. And at the gate, guess what? Ganesha is safeguarding the palace, and he wouldn't let Lord Shiva into his own house because a kid is just born and he has no idea who is this person. And so that enraged Lord Shiva. How could this kid stop me? They got into a fight, and as a result, Ganesha was beheaded by his own father. They didn't know each other. And when goddess Parvati found this out, she was really upset. And she asked Lord Shiva to immediately put life back into this kid. And so he went out to the forest, and they were looking for somebody's head. They were looking for a living being. And the first being they found was an elephant. So there you go. Now it's the elephant head on a human body. And that's how Ganesha was reborn. And when he was reborn, he was blessed by Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati with two things: wisdom and prosperity. So that is the God that all Hindus, all Indians celebrate. They worship him as the Lord God who represents wisdom and prosperity. He is also called Vignaharta. Vignaharta means the remover of obstacles. So when you think about Lord Ganesha, you think about him before starting anything new that we do. And today, what is it that we are doing new? We are launching this amazing book called Becoming Coachable. So we are joining here and praying to the Lord God to remove every obstacle in the path of this book, in the path of any person seeking coaching or becoming coachable. And now we're going to discuss how Ganesha symbolizes different aspects of being coachable. What is the correlation between different forms of Lord Ganesha, whom we worship, the elephant headed god, and being coachable? The first thing that comes to my mind is the ability to listen and learn, which is Lord God having big ears and small mouth. I mean, that always tells us listen more, learn more, and talk less. So, Marshall, would you have anything from our coaching world to talk about?
Yeah, I think our entire coaching, the stakeholder centered coaching process, is built on this philosophy. The leaders we coach are focused on listening and learning from people around them as opposed to talking. One of the great clients we coached over the years is Alan Mullally, who did a phenomenal job as the CEO of the Ford Motor Company. And he had a discipline. When he was asked to provide a suggestion, he would breathe and think and listen and then ask, is there anyone in this company who can answer this better than me? And if there was, he'd say, well, let's listen to them as opposed to me talking. So it's a great example of exactly what you're talking about.